It was Bohemian Rhapsody. That was last night's big winner at the Golden Globe Awards, but it was a Canadian who stole the show by making history. Joining me now with all of the highlights. Hey, everybody, you may know this guy. Ben Mulroney, 4:30 a.m. your local time. Good to see you bright and early, dark and early.
I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy. It was a great day, and the show had a lot of surprises last night.
Let's start with that. We're going to start with, first, specifically, the Canadian who made history last night. Sandra Oh, she is the first person of Asian descent to host a major award show. And, of course, with Andy Samberg by her side. I'm curious to know, Ben, how do you think they did?
You know what? I think it was hit and miss. I think there were certain parts that were very, very funny, and then there were ones that just didn't land. Now, both of them are very, very talented people, so I am going to assume that the reason that happened is they didn't have a lot of time to prep because Sandra has been on set shooting the second season of Killing Eve. And I think we can all agree that since she won the Golden Globe yesterday for the first season of Killing Eve, that's okay. There were certain parts that worked and others that didn't, and that's fine because let's be honest, the hosts are really there to just keep things moving. And the highlight for me was when she did win her award and she brought out the 2 stars of the night, which were her parents, and then honored them in her native Korean. Was a beautiful moment, and it's not something we often see on award shows, be them in the United States or Canada.
No doubt. Okay, let's talk about TV side last night. Big stars who won big shows that won big.
Well, look, we spoke to Richard Madden on the red carpet yesterday. He won for his performance in Bodyguard. I told him that not only were we on a platform, but we were also in what I like to call the trust tree, so he could tell me anything. And so then I asked him, are you going to be the next James Bond? And then he sort of pivoted, and I tried to remind him he was in the trust tree, but it didn't really... It really didn't affect his answer. So we got him marvelous. We talked to Rachel Brosnahan, who also defended her title in the category of Best Actress in a Comedy for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. We got Mark Ronson before he won for Shallow. We got Jeff Bridges moments before he went in to be honored for the Cecil B. DeMille Award. I mean, a lot of great moments on the red carpet. All of that tonight you'll be able to see on eTalk on CTV.
Okay, so let's shift over now. We're just showing some of that footage that we'll see tonight on eTalk. Let's move over to the film category. A lot of surprise wins and upsets.
Okay, well, let's remember for a moment, right? A lot of people are looking at these awards as some sort of precursor or bellwether for the Oscars. That is not what the Golden Globes are. The Golden Globes are a party organized by a few journalists representing foreign papers and foreign outlets. There is a total of 1 person in the Hollywood Foreign Press that is also a member of the Academy. So don't expect to see the winners from tonight necessarily bear out come Oscar time. So if the Hollywood Foreign Press prefer Rami Malek and Bohemian Rhapsody to A Star Is Born, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, so be it. That doesn't mean anything, as far as I'm concerned, for the end result for that movie. If you're hoping A Star Is Born is going to win some Oscars, still keep that hope alive.
I know you are, Ben. I know this. Okay,
this guy.
I know. And I'm on Team Bohemian Rhapsody. But moving on. Last year, we'll recall that the tone was very, very, there was a defiance and an activism because of the Me Too movement. A lot of the actresses in particular wearing all black to signify their solidarity. Let's talk about the tone on the red carpet this year and how the Me Too movement evolved on this year's red carpet.
Well, you might have noticed some black ribbons that a number of the men and women were both wearing. I think the men had some of those rubber bracelets, and the women had ribbons that they could either wear on their wrists or somewhere else on their on what they were wearing on the red carpet. So I think what was being said yesterday was like, we served notice last year and we got certain results. And we're very proud of those results, but now we're going to let the red carpet be what the red carpet typically is, which is a celebration. That being said, never forget that Time's Up is not a moment, it is a movement. There is still a lot of work to be done, some of which was addressed during the show. Regina King obviously talked about that during her acceptance speech yesterday, where she said that everything that she produces is going to be 50%. There's going to be gender parity in anything that she produces, and she challenged everybody, throwing down the gauntlet, saying, I challenge everybody in this room and everybody watching to live by that credo as well. So a lot more work to do, but a sense of almost a sense of we've accomplished something already. So let's remember, keep our eyes on the prize, but also remember that tonight is a celebration.
Ben, thanks for getting up dark and early for us. Good to have you there on the ground, and I can't wait to have you back here on our side of the country very, very soon.